We are all told at a young age that when we make a promise, we should keep it, no matter how horrible or gut-wrenching it might be. In the story, the Frog King, or Iron Heinrich, taken from Grimm's Tales for Young and Old, translated by Ralph Manheim, we learn that when we make a promise and we keep it, in the end, we will be rewarded for it. Once upon a time, in a land far away, there lived a king who had several beautiful daughters. However, his youngest daughter was the most beautiful by far. Even the sun, who has seen so many things since the beginning of time, was filled with wonder when it shone upon her face. Now it so happened that in the forest surrounding the king's palace, there was a spring under an old lime tree. And when the days were hot, the princess would often go and sit by the spring, bringing with her her favorite plaything, a golden ball. And one day when the princess was tossing her ball up and down and up and down and up and down, then when she tossed it up, it went down in the spring. She watched the ball sink out of view, and she began to cry. Why are you crying, princess? Who said that? Oh, it's just you slimy old gross frog. Well, that's a bit offensive, don't you think? Anyway, why are you crying? I lost my frog. Well, I can go get it for you, but what will you give me in return? Oh, anything at all, dear frog, anything! Why, the crown of my head, the jewels I'm wearing, and even my clothes! None of that will be necessary, but if you'll promise that I can be your companion, that I can eat from your plate, drink from your cup, and sleep in your bed. Did you say sleep in my bed? No, I said make your bed. Anyway, how about that promise? Okay, just please go get my ball. The frog hopped into the spring and swam down to the bottom. A little while later, he came up with the ball and set it down on the ground. The princess was overjoyed to see her favorite plaything again. She ran over, grabbed the ball, and ran off without the frog. Wait, I cannot run as you can. However, the princess didn't hear all of his croaking, and it was all in vain. She kept running all the way to the castle and soon forgot about the frog. The next day, the princess was sitting with the king and his men for their evening meal, when there came a knock at the door. Princess, youngest princess, please let me in. Oh, well, who could that be? Oh, it's you. You left me behind. Yeah, I did. She slammed the door and quickly ran back to the table. The king saw how his daughter's heart was racing. Why, daughter, is there a giant come to take you away, or why are you so scared? Well, you see, it's just a slimy old frog. Nothing to worry about. Well, what would a frog have to do with you? Well, funny story. You see, The princess then went on to tell the king all that had happened the other day. Then another knock came at the door. Princess, youngest princess, do you not remember the promise you made to me the other day? Please let me in. Wait, you made a promise to this frog? Oh, then you must up and let him in. So the princess grudgingly went over to the door and let him in. Follow me. She led the frog over to the table, and when they got there, the frog demanded that he be picked up. Oh, slimy gross frog, slimy gross frog, slimy gross frog. Two then began to eat their meal. Slimy gross frog eating my food, slimy gross frog eating my food. Now the frog, he had a splendid meal, although anyone could tell that the princess was most upset by this. The two finished their meal a little while later, and the frog decided what he wanted next. Oh, that was a wonderful meal. Oh, my tummy's full. I'm tired now. Please take me up to your bedroom. At this, the princess began to cry, but her father would have none of this. He helped you when you were in a time of need. Please don't despise him now. Take him up to your room. So the princess grabbed the frog and set him down in a corner. But the frog didn't want to sleep in some damp, moldy corner. Princess, lift me up in the bed or I'll tell your father, so help me. At this point, the princess had had enough of the frog. He picked him up and threw him with all her might against the wall. But when he hit the wall, he was a frog no more, but a stunning prince. I feel good, bum, bum, so good, bum, 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 bum. Ow! Seriously though, do you have to throw me at a wall? Princess was shocked that the frog was actually a prince. The prince then went downstairs and asked the king for consent to marry his daughter, and he granted it. The next day, the two were married, and a carriage came to take the newlywed couple off to the prince's kingdom. When you make a promise, you ought to keep it, and you need to be true to your word. After all, we are only as good as our word would lead us to be.